Hey everybody, welcome back to the Working Man's Whiskey. I'm Bobby. Today I'd like to talk about my favorite blended Scotch whiskey. It's Johnnie Walker Black Label. And guys, we've reviewed Johnnie Walker Red on here, Johnnie Walker Blue. Now I want to talk about the black. This is my favorite product from Johnnie Walker. The red is always reliable, very good in my opinion. The blue, it wasn't my bottle, it was my uncle's bottle. And he likes to watch my reviews and wanted me to put that one on here. So we reviewed that one. That one's pretty spendy. So when I think about my favorite whiskeys, it's not the ones that are, I've had some great whiskeys. I've had that Johnnie Walker Blue Label, Pappy Van Winkle 23, several very good ones, Hirsch 16. But when I think of my favorite whiskeys, it's something that's going to be, that I can always depend on to be great quality and readily available to me and at a decent price, something I can afford. You talk about these whiskeys that are over $100. Johnnie Walker Blue is, I think, on sale here. You can get it for about $170. That's still out of my price range. That has to be like very special occasion stuff. You will never see me go out and throw down that much money on a bottle of whiskey at one time. That's just it's a little much for me. So Black Label, very good stuff, guys. You can always depend on this. You can find it just about anywhere, and the quality is always very good. I want to tell you a little bit about Johnnie Walker. Johnnie Walker himself, he was a grocer and a whiskey maker back in the 1800s. He was kind of ahead of his time. He kind of thought, back then, much smaller world. And what he would do is he would befriend sea captains and get them to kind of work for him as his agents. And he would ship his whiskey to wherever their ships would sail, and kind of just got his brand out there and went worldwide. And back then, that was very revolutionary stuff. So Johnnie Walker, always been, in my opinion, the product has always been known for being very good stuff. Some people like to talk the red down a little bit, but I like it. I think it's a good whiskey, and it's pretty affordable. It's only $20 or so. This one here is, I believe I got this for $27.99, about $30 out the door, and it's right there in the price range I like to talk about on here. And let's see what else about Johnnie Walker. I think he left the business to his son Alexander when he was going to pass away, and when Johnnie Walker was going to pass. And then I think Alexander kind of went into business with his son, and it's just been a family tradition. And I think it's at an all-time high, the popularity for Johnnie Walker. It's the Black Label is the number one blended Scotch whiskey in the world, and it's another one of the whiskeys that still has the age statement on there. Hope that never goes away. It's a 12-year-old whiskey. They use several different Scotch whiskeys, single malt Scotch whiskeys, and some grain whiskeys as well, none of which are less than 12 years old. So you're going to get something pretty consistent every time with Johnnie Walker Black. So I'll read you the box here. It says, the pursuit of quality and refinement, the hallmarks of Johnnie Walker's business since 1820, and the family's pioneering approach to blending has led Johnnie Walker Black Label to become the world's leading deluxe blended Scotch whiskey. Excuse me. This fine 12-year-old blended Scotch whiskey draws exceptional Scotch whiskey from across Scotland and culminates in what is regarded as the epitome of the master blender's art. This excellence is recognized by the numerous awards that have been won over the last century by Johnnie Walker Black Label, which has been around since I think 1909, I believe, the black label itself. A deeply satisfying, sophisticated whiskey, the flavor of Johnnie Walker Black Label is marked by its ability to seamlessly combine the power of the West Coast whiskeys with the subtlety and smoothness of the noted mainland whiskeys. Its deep fruity foreground flavors give way to drier peaty nuances, vanilla and raisin tones, and a long, smooth malt-driven finish. So it's a lot of information there, guys. Oh, hold that right there on the side. So let's open this up. I have had some of this already, but wanted to keep it in the box so I can read all that to you, because none of that is actually in the bottle itself. And guys, Johnnie Walker classic bottle there, with the 24-degree label on there instead of a straight across label. Kind of stands out with that 24-degree kind of diagonal label. And I believe that was put in place by Alexander Walker, Johnny's son. And it just, one, it made it stand out, as I said. And two, they could get more text on there as well. So pretty neat. You always know when you see Johnnie Walker products, with that signature label on there. So let's open this up, see what we got. All right. Okay. And guys, not going to spend too much time on the color because it's a nice, kind of a copper color almost, medium amber, I'd say. It's a nice color there. Let's give it a nose. Guys, on the nose, classic Johnnie Walker. Very, very smooth nose. Nice and smoky. That peaty, that nice smoky peaty smell to it. A little bit malty in there. A little fruity, citrusy, kind of orange peels type nose to it. It's got just a great balance of sweet and smoky, and a little bit of vanilla in there as well. Let's take a taste. And as I said before, guys, one of the things I love about Johnnie Walker is just how consistent they always are. It's there's no fooling, an experienced Johnnie Walker drinker. There's no blind taste test. There's no denying this is Johnnie Walker. It's so good. I mean, it's just so well balanced. Got that peatiness to it. Not too smoky, but definitely has a good bit of smoke in it. Just a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of a toffee feel to it, a little bit of fruit. As I said, citrus, think like orange peels. Just more on the citrusy side. I've heard people say that they pick up like apple notes in this as well. Personally, I don't get that, but to each their own. Definitely recommend you try this out. See what you get. But personally, I just love the balance of that nice peaty note, that nice smoky note, with a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of that vanilla in there, and definitely a little bit of those citrusy notes as well. So, as for a rating on this one, guys, I mean, this is my favorite blended Scotch whiskey, and I have no problem rating this out. I'd give this a solid. Let's go 90. Let's go another 90 out of 100. There are Scotch whiskeys that I like more, not blended ones, but single malt Scotch whiskeys. Lefroy 10 is one of my go-tos. You know, we reviewed that on here before, and that one's great. I love smoky Scotch. So this one here for 27, $32 somewhere in there is it's a winner every time, and I highly recommend that you try this out if you haven't already. And get back to me and let me know what you think. See, trying to think of what I have lined up. I have another bourbon lined up. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with bourbon or an Irish whiskey next time. I have an Irish whiskey with a little twist to it up in the cabinet, and looking forward to trying that one out. I've had it before. I actually first had it in Virginia City in Nevada when I went there last month, and I was pretty impressed with the stuff. So looking forward to talking to you guys about that one, and getting closer to 100 guys. So keep on throwing suggestions out there if you guys have any. I have a couple that I'm thinking about going with for the 100th review. Couple that are a little more expensive than what I usually put down on a whiskey, but special occasion, gotta put in the OT and fork out a few more bucks for some of the big boys. So anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for this one. Looking forward to talking to you soon. Hope you're all doing well, and subscribe to the page on here on YouTube. Also on Facebook, I do have a Facebook page. Just type in Working Man's Whiskey, and you'll see me there. And I look forward to talking to you soon. Until next time, cheers.